are back at the farm, Halloween edition. I actually didn't have any opportunities to go to Spooky Farm this year, so I'm gonna catch the last day of it. Just kind of snoop around. Obviously, they're not gonna let me trick or treat because they've been very strict on you being 12 and older, but that's okay because I have 3 kids that are trick or treating for me tonight, and I know Jackson in particular likes to get me the good stuff.
Okay, 3 freaking letters.
Look at this. Hopefully his brother and sister follow suit. That being said, we're gonna go around the farm, see what's changed, see if there's any progress on anything, starting right here at the hotel. Okay, not what I thought was going to be the next thing that they put here, but there are trees there now. They put all kinds of trees lining both sides of the cinder block walls that they put up. That's gonna look really cool when it's all done with the lights and stuff. It also explains where all the dirt was going. They are actually putting in real trees. These aren't fake trees, they're real. And they're gonna be lining the planters all along the sides here. So this will probably be possibly another entrance to the hotel. Hopefully they do something with the cinder blocks and they'll just leave it as bare cinder blocks. A little bit of an eyesore still, I think, but those trees make it kind of nice on the inside. So I wonder if they're gonna put grass in there now, or if it's gonna be concrete, like a path, like pavers or something. And if they're going to connect to this little gap here, or if they're gonna leave it like this. They're putting the windows up now where the little gift shop is gonna go. I don't know what's going on this side. Probably storage and stuff, but. So they started parking the shuttles in the new spaces now, and like we predicted, I mean, each one of these buses takes up like 4 spaces. They're basically parked in the middle of 4 different ones. I mean, we kind of saw that coming though. Either way, they've only got like 4 or 5 of these shuttles anyway, and they don't really, it's not like Disneyland where they're constantly doing it day in and day out. These things, they're obviously half the size of a shuttle, you know, the little one there on the right, but they don't need a lot of space. So I think just those 3 is probably all that they have when they're fully operational, and that's really all they need, because if you really want to go to the park from the hotel, you can just walk, right? It's right there. And as far as the work on the restaurant goes, not much to tell here. It looks like, I mean, there's not nearly as many wires hanging there as there used to be. Let's go look at the front and see what they put concrete on the porch yet. So they put the scrim up all the way around, but if you look through some of the screen, they did start laying that concrete down. And it looks like they've bordered a lot of it too. So they have the outline of it it's set. And it looks like there's little markers there for where they're going to put the pillars for the roofing that they're going to put over, you know, the awning or whatever they're going to put over the outdoor seating area. I will say that it is nice to see progress every single time I come to look at this hotel, every single week. You can tell that they're moving forward with it, and you can tell that they're actually putting the time and the effort into making it even better than it was before. I thought the hotel was great, even before they started these renovations. And even, you know, they improved the rooms and stuff, but the outside is now looking awesome too. So I think that's good. I think that's a good sign that they're putting the care into the property, outside anyway. So let's go through the turnstile and see if they're doing anything in there. And if you missed out on the Legacy store, that's on you, because it ain't coming back next year. Well, they got all the lights and stuff working today. We're gonna give it one last go for Halloween. This was an awesome addition to this year. It sold well. This was the tiki mugs and the books. Great job, Knotts. The Legacy store was awesome. Very much appreciated addition to this year's Scary Farm event. We got another year before we get to see this all up again. What an awesome season. This was a really cool display too. I just love how much special care they put into this whole thing. I know a lot of kids are in school right now, so I don't know how busy it's going to be for Spooky Farm, but we're gonna walk through and find out and see. Camp Snoopy will probably be the most populated here. There's a big question that I have is, So it looks like they are going to bring this show back, or not. Well, now look at this. Now the covering is off. So this whole space now is open. So they still haven't taken any of the lighting or the speaker systems down yet up on the rafters, but they are slowly taking apart this whole section where the audience is supposed to go. Now they could keep this as some sort of Christmas show and just make it standing room only. This being a kid's space, sometimes with strollers and stuff, logistically that makes it a little tough. But I don't know. I mean, look, this little lantern, this lantern's still up on the wall. Once Chilling Chambers is gone, do they continue tearing this down? And if that's what their plan is, what's taking so long with this? If they weren't going to keep it a show, they're going to keep it a show. If they were taking this stage away, if they were taking the show away, they would have taken all the electronics and the sound and the lighting system down already. These rafters would have already been gone. Not just the decorations that they had for the music goes around. So it will be interesting to see, maybe a Charlie Brown Christmas or some such. Exciting. Who knows? And in case anybody was worried about Woodstock's airmail, the whole thing is still gone. But that's all they've done here is they've just taken out the ride itself. The control panel is still there, it looks like, or at least the exterior of it. I can't see around the side there. But word on the street is this is getting relocated somewhere. Meet and greet still behind walls too. That's probably because they have the characters out throughout the park for their meet and greet stuff. Still working hard over here, Camp Snoopy. The wall is still up. I'm assuming that once tonight ends, we either find out what they're doing or they start really moving forward much quicker, because they'll have the resources to be able to divert to future projects and they won't be muddled down by the Scary Farm festivities. Is it just me though, or does it seem like they keep moving the wall back a little bit? Seems like there's even a lot more space. Nah. No, I don't think so. Because that fence hasn't moved from around where the little barricade here is, around the mountain. That ain't going nowhere, we know that. They put this new fence around it, so that ain't going nowhere. But what are they putting instead back there? That is the question. Camp Snoopy was not the Wonderland I thought it was going to be. Maybe tomorrow, because a lot of kids are going to be off of school, but it's pretty dead today. So they still got the crane back there, the little cherry picker. It's still back there, and they still got this car here for the Grand Sierra Railroad. The Grand Sierra Railroad is still closed on weekdays. It's not open today. I thought maybe it'd be open today because it was considered a holiday, I guess, for Spooky Farm and Scary Farm running. Other than that, MonteZOOma is still in the same state that it was in. That being purgatory. Somebody's been in here. That door is very askewed. Again, still no word on the fate of what's going to happen to old Monty. Although I fear every day we grow closer to its impending doom. MonteZOOma, more like MonteDoomda. You get it. For the most part, Camp Snoopy and MonteZOOma are in the same state that they were in a week ago, which was to be expected. Hey, I'm expecting things to move forward a little bit more, probably after this week, after tonight ends. More specifically, once they get Halloween out of the way and they can move forward. So the big project is going to be tearing all the Scary Farm stuff down and then putting all the Merry Farm stuff up. They have until the 17th when Merry Farm opens. And then maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll know what's going on with her. And as to be expected, La Revolution still closed. Still no hint as to what's going on here. Maybe by Merry Farm. This seems like it should be the easiest thing to fix. My guess is another part in limbo somewhere with more supply chain issues. That's my guess. This is something that you really don't see at any point except for during summer nights. And that's bees. All the bees in the trash cans. Still warm out here. It's still 80 degrees. Last trip through where there should be fog here. Here's a question. Usually, not every year, they retire 2 mazes and usually will replace a scare zone as well. I don't think they did that the last couple of years. I think they kept the scare zones as they were. But I know the Forsaken Lake scare zone has been a favorite. However, it is getting old. There are certain parts of the park, namely two, here and Camp Snoopy, where the scare zone is pretty interchangeable. Mainly because there's nothing else out here. They don't have any mazes to connect to. And this is technically still Fiesta Village. So is Forsaken Lake maybe on its last year? Or maybe one more year? I don't know. People really enjoy the scare zone. So maybe I'm just, you know, speculating where I don't need to be speculating. But, you know, KNOTT does like to keep it fresh, right? Gotta keep it fresh for the kids. What do you think, Gargoyle? Are you going somewhere else next year? Looks like they smoothed this dirt out, but there's still just a big empty space here. No word about obviously what's going to go in here, or if they're just using this as a little transport area. But I don't see what they would use this for, unless they're adding a new scene to maybe the Grand Sierra Railroad. Tents are still over on the side, so they're gonna put the tents back, you know, whenever they're done here with this. But I'm not sure why they would even bother. If they're gonna just put the same scene here, did they just have extra dirt and nowhere to put it? Or what? That's odd that they did this. Well, here's a welcome little change. The train cars are back at the loading dock and Xcelerator. There's nothing on them yet, but they are there. Maybe getting ready to be loaded back with the water weights. This is good. This is a good sign. Progress. What do we think, Mary Farm for Xcelerator? How cool would that be? This is a very welcome sight. This is very exciting. I don't want to get my hopes up too much because we know how cursed this ride is, but come on. I mean, you'd rather see them here than on the other side, right? And here's what's cool about Xcelerator now is that they've already got the staff trained for loading and unloading and operations and everything. So all they got to do now is just test this, you know, pass all the inspections, pass all the tests and stuff, and they'll be ready to roll. I would also assume that this circus game will be gone after tonight as well and change to something a little bit more appropriate for the season. So Coast Rider down. Oh man, they got a cherry picker in there too. Plastic wrap, are they repainting maybe? Yeah, it looks like they're gonna repaint this whole thing. All the rails and stuff, they got wrap over the whole rail. So they might be repainting Coast Rider, so it may be down for a couple weeks. It just undergoes a little bit of a makeover. And in just about 3 weeks' time, this will all be transformed from spooky clowns to holly jolly Merry Christmas time. 3 weeks, that's all they've got. That's plenty of time to get it done. What do we think? Do we ring the doorbell?
How many times have I told you not to ring that bell? You gotta give the secret knock.
Oh, Halloween is over.
Good, it's you. I'll meet
wasn't
you
even a
around
knock.
the back. Ollie, the hooch delivery is here. Watch the door.
Yeah, you got it, Benny.
I didn't even have to knock, so I want to meet them out around back and deliver them their hooch. You know, I'm not gonna lie. This actually might not be a bad idea right about now. It's warm outside. If you ever need a quick Pony Express fix, there's a walk-on for you right there. They're running one car, and I don't even think it's full. No, half a car. Yeah, you don't realize just how much decorations there are just in these parts of the park, because this is all Grimoire queue, and it's really dark back here. But this was the first thing that we did with our lanterns, and we didn't even realize that it just happened. So the tree trail's still going throughout Ghost Town here. And I will say this, they aren't stingy with their candy toward the end of spooky season. Really have no reason to keep it. So last year they gave us a whole bag of lollipops because they just needed to get rid of it. And I have no reason to believe they won't do the same thing this year. This is actually where everybody is. This is kind of smart. Come to KNOTT and trick or treat during the day. Look, they got the snow machines up. Got one there. Yeah, they're all up. Already prepping for the snow. Probably not a bad idea. This man's got a snake.
It's not always easy.
And a lizard.
You know what you're looking at.
Yeah, and they got all the creepy crawlies. Oof, what is that? Blue tree monitors. Oh my gosh, they actually have a lot of stuff in here this year. I got iguanas back there in the back. It's like a whole little reptile house. Giant tortoises down here. And obviously on the way out, you got to get a boysenberry Sprite, right? It's not a trip to Knott's unless you get a boysenberry Sprite. That's one of my faves. It's so good that Andrea, who is an adamant hater of Sprite, loves boysenberry Sprite now. Knott's is doing good. It's nice to say goodbye to Halloween, move forward, enjoy the rest of fall time. Thanksgiving coming up. It's time to be thankful for things. Thankful for Xcelerator opening soon, right? Cedar Fair? And thankful for possibly the news that we'll be hearing within the next month or so. Fingers crossed. Other than that, all quiet on the Cedar Fair front. So until next time, catch y'all on the flippity flop.